Hey guys, it's Danny from vinylblog.com, and today I'm very happy to be with legendary Wolf Hoffmann from Accept.
Yeah, man, how are you doing? Good to see you. I like your shirt. Very
Thank
cool.
you. I like the album.
I like the album too.
Thank you. So, look, I'm holding here now in my hands two records.
Yeah.
One is the last one, Stalingrad.
Beautiful. Check it out.
And
Yeah.
the second one is the previous Blood of the Nations. So, for your opinion,
Yeah.
what's better?
I think they're just about equal, to be honest. I mean, that's what fans tell me. For me, it's really hard to say which is better, because they're all my children in a way. You can't really say you like one more than the other, because, you know, we put our heart and soul into both of these albums. But from what fans tell me, they love them equally, and maybe even Stalingrad a little better. You know, so it's hard to say.
Same for me. Basically, I can hardly say what's better, because there's no better album. So for me, they also equal. But I would like to ask you the question. So it's obvious Blood of the Nations and Stalingrad moves Accept to military topic.
Sure.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels we've always talked. I mean, we've always had a sort of a fascination about it, and we've dealt with military issues a lot of times. We had an album called Russian Roulette, and even we had songs like that dealt with war a lot of times. And for some reason, metal and war just goes together, and we just came across it. But I think after this album, we're going to give it a break, because we don't really want to be known as the military war band, you know, as such. So, but you know, it just feels like a very interesting topic to talk about, and I came across the story of Stalingrad, and I thought this would make a good metal song.
Basically, on Stalingrad, there is a portion of the song that has a Soviet hymn.
Yeah, how about that?
First of all, I would like to say that I'm originally from Soviet Union, and I never listened to Soviet hymn with such pleasure.
Ah, very good.
So thank you. Who came up with the idea?
I did. I've always had a fascination. You know, I've always dabbled around with classical music. Going back to the album Metal Heart, I've always incorporated classical pieces, and I've always admired the Russian national anthem, because to me it's one of the most beautiful anthems in the world. Every time you have the Olympics, you know, there's the American one, there's the German one. They're all okay, they're good, but then the Russian one always touched me more than the others, because the melody is just really, really nice, really beautiful. And I thought, well, here we have a song about Stalingrad, and even though it's not historically correct, I know, but it fits the theme and it fits the mood of the song. So I thought, here's the perfect opportunity to play that piece, you know.
Great. So Mark came to the band. Mark joined the band.
Yeah.
Have you been familiar with Mark from his previous band, like TT Quick?
This much. I mean, I've heard TT Quick. I've always heard that there is a singer in TT Quick. Even in the 80s, he sounds remarkably like our old singer. But that was not the main criterion. We just happened to meet Mark one day, and we worked with him, we jammed with him, and we fell in love with his voice and his personality, and we thought he's a perfect man to relaunch Accept with.
Did you have this material prepared before Mark came, or you worked together?
No, we didn't even look for a singer, and we weren't even working on a new album. We had nothing written. We were just private people at that point, you know. We weren't in the metal world at all anymore. Everybody was doing their thing. We just met for fun. And one day that happened, and we decided, you know what, here's the man, and here's the guy we've been waiting for. Maybe we call the other guys, and maybe we get this whole machine rolling again. And then we started writing these songs together.
There was a break between two records, very short, like almost 2 years. And within this
Between
break,
these two records?
Yeah, 2 years.
Not even 2 years. This was
Even less. Yeah.
2 months.
2 months.
Well, we came off the road for this, and 2 months later.
And you started working on this one
immediately. Yeah.
So you had some material left from Blood of the Nations.
No, all new stuff.
All new stuff.
Every time we make an album, it's the same story. We never really we look at old material, but usually say like, you know what, we can do better. So we try to always write brand new stuff. And the same on this album as on this one. We dedicate the time. We take a few weeks and do nothing else but songwriting, and then we try to get it done, and then it's over. So we never sort of write on the road. We never have a lot of leftover ideas that we go back to. We don't work that way. It's usually we dedicate ourselves and get into it day and night until it's done, and then it's over.
This album, basically both of them, they have some bonus tracks. For me, basically here, for example, on Blood of the Nations, we have a Time Machine.
Yeah.
It's right in the middle of the record.
Right.
Here, almost at the end, we have Never Forget.
Right.
This one. So how come you decide, okay, this will be out of the album, this is the bonus track, and other songs we include in the album? What makes the decision?
It's a decision
Because
we
for
all
me
make.
it sounds like the whole complete record.
Right, and that's what we felt. We felt that you have to look at the whole running order, and you a lot of times you have a starting song that really works well as a first track, and then a lot of times you have one that really works well as a last song, and then you just sort of have to try to work on a perfect running order, just like you do for a metal show.
Yeah.
You just kind of try to get a sense for what songs work best in what running order, and then that determines where you put that damn bonus track. Nobody really likes a bonus track, but a lot of times you have one, or you're supposed to have one, so you try to sacrifice one of your children, and okay, we use that as the bonus track.
I can tell you why not everybody likes bonus tracks, because not everybody gets bonus track.
Exactly.
You know, some CDs come with bonus tracks, some CDs come without. So
And in the 80s, it used to be Japan. Japan always wanted their bonus track, and
Right.
we all went like, oh gosh, which one of your songs do we sacrifice, or where's that extra song we don't have? It was always a little bit of a challenge to come up with that bonus track.
Who works on the artwork?
We have a guy in Nashville that's really good. His name's Mark Whitaker.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good He's a good designer, and we use him for a lot of things. And he's a brilliant guy. So
Also, he works on the design of the vinyl itself, because it's very beautiful how
Yes,
the design works. For example,
Yeah,
here, I don't know if we can see on the camera, but this comes with the logo of the album.
beautiful. Huh?
Yeah, and on another record, we basically even have the band's picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very beautiful.
And I think this new album even came.
This is red and white.
Yeah, red and white.
Yeah, you can open it.
I have at the house. I have several of these in all different versions in my house. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. Check this out. Woo-wee.
Beautiful.
Isn't that cool? I have it in white with splatter design, and I think it's in all kind of color.
So that was my...
And this is even the heavier one. Can you tell?
Yeah, it's
This is the good shit. This is not.
180 gram, yeah.
People were not going cheap here. This is the good, expensive shit.
Very good sound. Very good sound. So that was my next question, actually. So
Yeah.
You have vinyl records at home.
I do, but I don't have a player.
Oh. But do you have time to listen to the music at home?
I never listen to my own music. I just collect these because I like the big artwork, and I like to have them. Just as a, we worked a lot on this stuff, so I like to have one copy. It just, so
What do you listen
tell
to?
my grandchildren, which are never gonna have.
What do you listen to at home?
A lot of classical music. I have a big collection of classical CDs, and of course like iTunes and things, but mostly classical music if I want to relax, and if I really want some background music, I take classical music a lot of times. And sometimes I still like the old favorite metal records or hard rock albums that I grew up with, like Deep Purple and Uriah Heep and you name it, all these old bands.
Yeah. So this tour, Teutonic Terror Attack Tour, you're touring with Creator.
Yeah,
Is it the first time you're touring with the guys?
absolutely. Yeah, first time, but I think it's an awesome package. Two German heavyweights touring together for the first time. It's a good
Having
good-
fun?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. The Creator are slightly different from Accept stylistically, so that's a very attractive thing with slightly different audiences, but they overlap obviously. So it's good.
So this band Creator, did you ask them if they like your music? Did they ask you if you like their music?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we met the guys about a year ago and really hit it off, and we talked about maybe touring together one day. And then when we decided who could we possibly tour with, they came back to mind. We remembered them and said, "Oh, let's ask Creator. Maybe they." And it turns out they have a new record out. Actually, their 13th album, our 13th. So it's a good coincidence, and we just felt the time is right. Let's go on tour with Creator.
It's obvious for me that since Mark joined the band, you guys like having a second breath. You're full of energy.
Yeah.
And I was at your concert on the Blood of the Nations tour, also here in San Francisco, and I was very inspired by your music, really. And till now, I listen to Blood of the Nations in the car, and I say, "Wow, what a wonderful album!" And at the beginning, I was kind of, a little bit scared to touch it. I bought the record, but I was scared because it's a new singer, and I had no idea how it will go. But since the first song, I think it's kind of blew me out. So. How did you do it? How do you manage it? How do you put this energy in the music that gives a lot of positive emotions to your audience?
I guess if you like what you do, and if you're fired up, and if you're excited about what you're doing, there's no. I wish I could tell you one secret.
It's a magic.
Well, yeah. I guess sometimes you have to let things flow, and sometimes they work out, and it all falls in place. And I honestly felt on this very first album that we did, it was almost like the stars aligned in the perfect order, because we found Mark, perfect fit. We found Andy Sneap, perfect fit. We found David Blass, who produced our video, awesome video with awesome. Teutonic Terror.
Right.
And it was all too good to be true. It all just fell in place like bam, 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 Yeah. And so I think that made for a magic combination. We had the right people, and we had the right songs at the right time. It's also a matter of timing. Everybody was ready. It was just perfect.
So looking back, so you kind of able to divide, accept era at the several ages. So with Udo, with David Rees, and with Mark now.
Sure.
What was, from your perspective, the easiest in terms of working? For you.
This right now is by far the easiest time we've ever had, and the best time within the band, and the most productive, and the most productive.
Even the
time.
fact that Mark is American, so it still works fine.
Oh no, that doesn't make any difference. Because part of the band lives here in America, part of us the other guys live in Germany or in Switzerland, so we'll just fly together and go on tour, and it's just a big old family that gets together. So
what comes first, music or lyrics?
Always music. Always the guitar riffs and the song structures and all that, and lyrics towards the end.
You are the melody guy, right?
Yeah,
the main
yeah.
one.
Well, Peter and I, we write all the songs together, and I come up with a lot of riffs and chorus ideas, and Peter comes up a lot with riffs and chorus ideas, and between us we usually start with the framework of the song, and then once it turns into somewhat of a song idea that's, we think is going to be a winner, then we give that to Mark, and he writes the lyrics.
Great. So, from my opinion, this collaboration is great, and I wish you a lot of luck, and bring more music, more good stuff to the world. I'm the fan of the band since 80s.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, and I'm still there.
Me too, and I'm only 26.
Okay, I wish you luck and all the best, and thank you very much for your time. I very appreciate it.
Yeah, great talking with you. All right.
Thank you.